Is Dr. Suman Kumar Mishra. I am the president of the International Hindu School at Varanasi in India. And we have today um, a lecturer who is a specialist in farming and agriculture. He's on a tour of United States giving a series of lectures. He's going to talk about the nutritionally balanced farming, also nutritionally balanced fungicide. Here is Dr. Raju. He will introduce himself to you.
Hi, this is Dr. Shri Ram Raju Mudduluru. I am from basically the native place of Tirupati, and right now I am in Hyderabad. I am an entrepreneur. Started up my company, Shri Crop Technology. So I am doing this research work since 25 years in the field level. So my qualification background is I'm a botanist by graduation from Tirupati University, SV University Tirupati, and post graduation in nutrition management, plant nutrition management from Marathwada University, Maharashtra, and I am doctorate PhD from Institute of Technology, BHU, Biochemical Engineering. Now at present it is IIT. See, this is what my background. Based on this, we are working in farmers level in the Indian farming community to educate them and make them sustainable agriculture. So we started a concept, the NBF concept. This is a new innovative gateway of Indian agriculture, what we are promoting since 5 years. It is the NBF concept is nutritionally balanced farming, formulations, and fungicide. So this is the new concept to bring the yeah.
Next slide, please.
Yeah. So this is actually this program is founded by myself and Mr. B. Swaminathan. He's from MBA Anna University, CBAP, Certified Business Analysis Professional, and from IAB, International Institute of Business Analysis, Canada. See, the concept is the plants use the mineralized ionic form of nutrients.
Next, please.
It doesn't mean that what way we are providing the nutrition, that it does not matter to the plant which source it comes. So based on this concept, we have designed this NBF concept. Next. So here is I want to introduce my spiritual guru, Sri Swami Gyanendra Saraswati ji, who taught me the Indian ancient Vedic scripts of the essence of the Vedic script for 5 years course in Varanasi when I was doing my PhD. So based on this Vedic concepts, I have designed this program so in a different manner so that science and Vedic principles are mixed together and made this concept. Next. No, down. Yeah, here is the concept we have. So this is the basic fundamental concept which is motivated us to do in a different way in Indian agriculture. This is whatever we want to do in a different way of the different concepts in a different way and for the cause of society and otherwise just doing normal activities what we are eating, drinking, sleeping, mating, and dying is these four works are done by all the creatures on the earth. But what is the difference between us and the other normal work? It's a motivational quotation by our Guruji behind this program. Next. Yeah, this is the basic concept we applied. All the living beings, the whole universe is divided into two things. One is living beings and non-living things. Living means it is a chaitanyam. In Vedic principle, it is called as a chaitanyam, and non-living is jadam, which is not movable. So when comes to the life, all the five elements, though five elements are no appears in all living and non-living, but in living things, since it is a chaitanyam, prana, so these five elements, fire, akasha, vayu, Agni, Jalam, Prithvi. This is air, air, water, fire, and sky and earth. These are the mixed together form a life. And life first demand the three things. One is food, water, and oxygen. For in case of plants, it required by the carbon dioxide to increase in case of plants. Next. Yeah. The basic concept of agriculture, we took it for the NBF. Never misguide or mislead the three things. One is the soil, the plant, the farmer. Why? Why we don't want to do the no misguide or mislead? Because the plants, it is a daily battle between life and death. Plants are so vulnerable that any mistake means decaying means it is a damaging to them. The key to keep plants alive through separate soil and balanced nutrition for plants and educating the farmers. Here the education farm is most important to know incorporate this concept in the farmer sector. Next. Here comes the nutritionally. The second segment of nutritionally balanced farming is the next step is nutritionally balanced fungicides, is NBF. It is a new way to non-residual disease control agriculture. This is very important as on today the farmers are using indiscriminate insecticide and fungicides way to control the disease. Thereby, the plants and the human health are affecting by the residual effect. Next. Yeah, the NBF concept is this nutritionally balanced fungicide concept is derived from Vedic script. In Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a word, there is a quotation for the no life. Adyate attija bhutani. It means initially the food is consumed by the living beings, and the later stages the food is the creatures are consumed by the food. Yani, initially the food is utilizing by the creatures as a energy. Later on, it is if you the age wise, if it is not controlled, if it is not imbalanced or imbalanced, then it is the creatures. The food is eaten by the creatures. The food is eating the creatures. The same quotation, the end sentence is there. Tasmat sarvaushada muchyate. It means if you take the food for the life as a medicinal way, it works as a medicine and don't require any any extra chemical medicine. So food is the medicine for to handle the life in very good way. So this is the concept behind NBF developed, the nutritionally balanced fungicides. Yeah, if food is imbalanced, then medicine comes in demand. That is the one concept. Life, it means prana, which is chaitanya, which is a mobile thing, is influenced by healthy or unhealthy food. If you take healthy food, it survives better. If you take unhealthy food, disease will enter into the body which carries. It may be plant, animal, or human being. Since we are handling life in agriculture, see wherever human beings, plants, and animals are there, we should not ignore the point we are handling the life. What life demands first is the medicine, then water, then respiration for oxygen. In case of plants, it requires both carbon dioxide in the leaves, and in plants it is the oxygen. So since we are handling life in agriculture, balanced nutrition will be the critical for plant health and disease resistance. Next. Here is the one slide. So agriculture is a number of game. It what I feel considered just like a language can be, perfectly managed with if you are, if you are perfect with the type of language. For example, if you want to be master in English, you should be well versed with the 26 alphabets. If you want to be master in, no, any Hindu language or any English language or any Japanese language or any Chinese language, any other language, alphabets is the main important. The same way, to handle the plants very well, the 16 plant nutrients are very much important. This is the slide which shows the nutrition plant human relationship of agriculture. See, the concept is we have to feed the plants with the nutrition, nourishment to the nutrition, and the same nutrition in the form of food is going to help the human health. This is a given all the 16 elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, zinc, manganese, ferrous, copper, iron, boron, molybdenum, chlorine. These are the seven micronutrients: zinc, manganese, ferrous, copper, boron, chlorine, molybdenum. These are the seven micronutrients, three soil conditioners, and three major fertilizers, and three constituents. They are not the fertilizer: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Here I have not mentioned the carbon and hydrogen, oxygen, but the remaining 13 elements you can see clearly in this slide. See what does the each nutrient, what does in the plants and what does it in the human beings. You can see here. You can go through this slide next. Now, what does the major importance for the agriculture? It is a yield factor. Yield is the most important critical factor where farmer gets profitability. Without this factor, the agriculture cannot be survivable. What is yield? Yield equal to quantity plus quantity. How much quantity you are producing, how much quality you are getting it for the price decision. So here is a simple slide we designed it. The carbon, hydrogen, oxygen are the base for the nutrition availability to the plants, whereas the other nutrients, NPK, and secondary nutrient, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, and the micronutrients, zinc, manganese, ferrous, copper, boron, molybdenum, chlorine. If you see the 100%, if it is the contribution of the nutrient, 40% is the carbon, hydrogen is 6%, oxygen is 44%. Overall, 90% contribution comes from these three major constituents, but they are not fertilizers, but they help the other nutrients to help them absorb the plants. NPK is 5%, and secondary nutrient 3%, and micronutrients are 2%. This is the way how they contribute in the plant yield, the production yield. Next. This is the a new concept, the plant lifeline PLL. We are designed to help the farmers. So how to apply the fertilizers, both the foliar and the soil application, without checking the soil test and the leaf test. Of course, soil test and leaf tests are very important for the analysis of the fertilizer recommendation, but instantly reports are not properly getting every time. So that we have designed a model, that plant lifeline, by taking the data of the farmer to the previous crop, what he has applied, how many fertilizers he has applied, what yield he got, and what are the problems he got into that crop. So based on the three data, we'll design as a booster dose first time based on this graph. This is designed as the short-term crops and long-term crops. Here is an example given, that is no short-term crop is the crop which will complete the life cycle below 120 days. So here is the 60 days is the central point we consider as a active growth reproductive stage, and after above 60 days it decline the the process where the maturity and harvest stage comes. So our program entirely designed to complete it below 60 days as per this cycle. If it is a crop is 150 days or 200 days, we can exactly, that can be multiplied in number of the days of the crop life cycle. This is the way we design. So in a 4 applications, from sowing to the middle of the time, we'll complete all the soil application balances. And if anything required, the rest of the stages, we go for foliar application. It is a beautiful concept which we can protect the crop for the maximum yields by this type of PLL. Next. Yeah. Now comes the most important topic of nutritionally balanced fungicides. Nowadays, the chemical fungicide application is very vast and indiscriminative, no control for the application of the fungicide to control the pathogens. So, lot of chemicals are using, thereby the MRL levels, minimum residual levels are increasing in the crop level, where it is a heavy loss in exporting, even though, or even when we consume, the lot of residues are going in our body. To consider to make the solution for this problem, we have designed no the NBF fungicide. Here is the one common problem of common pathogenic infection method. First, spores, the source of infection. Pathogens, bacteria or fungus or virus, anytime, first they land the spores on the leaf, then cell wall degrading enzyme, they release the cell wall degrading enzymes, then like esterases, glycosyl hydrolysis, lysis, oxido reductases. These are the certain type of enzymes released by the fungus so that they can damage the cells, leaf cells, so that they can establish their colonies to for the growth. Then slowly they release toxins, then effector proteins, reduction of plant internal signaling mechanism, or reduction of phytochemical productions. With this, it totally takes control over the a leaf cell structure in their control. Then the AOS, the active oxygen species, this is referred from the scientist from botany, University of Texas, Mr. C. Medin. Mr. C. His name is, I think, uh, by Mona C. Melody. Monas melody. So this is from a research paper from this topic is using for the educative purpose. This AOS, this directly reduced pathogen availability. This we have used in the one of the product that no already we have used it for the no oxygenated molecule. That is one product. Later on I will inform you that one. This is the common pathogenic infection method. This is a disease called as a disease triangle: environment, pathogen, environment, and host plant. This is the triangle base where they attack the leaves. Next, what is non-residual NBF? This is the a new gateway for non-residual fungicides application in Indian in agriculture system. Concept derived to select the different types of nutrients and balancing the ionic charges of elements in a proper proportion, which can affect the living condition of pathogen spores on different plant parts by leaving no harmful residues for human and animal consumption. Next. The NBF mode of action. Most of the chemicals, fungicides, kills the pathogen's vegetative growth, that is called mycelia. By the time the spores land in the leaf and start their vegetative growth, farmer already must be delayed by 4 or 5 days. By the time the spores are damaged in the localized colonies, then the farmer get no awaken that oh my leaves are affected. Then he go for fungicide spray. So what happens? The chemical fungicides, the chemical fungicides will kill all the mycelia action, but not the spores. They never disturb the spore formation because spores are very rigid and very tough to enter the chemicals inside it. So, but none of them affect the spores. All the chemical fungicides, whatever we are spraying, it is not affecting the spores in their localized colonies. Hence, repeated attacks by the continue by the pathogens, so that continued disease, continuous sprays, thereby they increase the cost of the application. The NBF will work on simple theory by creating unfavorable environmental condition for the disease causing pathogens, because these pathogens definitely will localized for the certain environments comfortableness to grow in a different way, or they attack the plants to to damage. So they have environment conditions. The concept involves the disturbing the environment. The NBF the nutritionally balanced fungicide not only stunt the pathogen's vegetative growth, but it will also disturb the physical and chemical parameters at the localized spores colonies. So, eradication of the disease is better than the chemical fungicide, where no residues will be left in the leaves or the production. The NBF control the disease along with the nourishing the plant cell. This is an added advantage with the NBF fungicide. Since they are the nutritionally balanced fungicide, it will help the regeneration of the damaged cells so that the health of the plant will be much better improved than the chemical fungicides. Next. The Shaktivel crop technology from Hyderabad, India, is developed three NBF fungicides so far for the past 3 years research. One is the product is Biotism, second is the drone, third is the clean. Biotism, a microgranule powder formulation. This is called oxygen therapy. Oxygen therapy. Drone is the fumigant liquid formulation. This acts on the basis of fumigant action. Clear, an ionic balanced liquid formulation. It triggers the phytoalexins, the immune bodies of the plant cells. It boosts up the phytoalexins to fight though against the pathogens, and also side by side it increases the rigidness of the cuticle layer where pathogens unable to penetrate easily for their colonies localized. Next. Yeah, how the biotism work. This is a water-soluble powder microgranule oxygen therapy product based on oxygenated sodium ions. Mode of action is works on pH imbalance to these local pathogen spores colonies and disturb the spore germination. It repairs these damaged cells also side by side because most of the pathogens doesn't like the higher pH. The pH, if it is imbalanced, they are unable to grow. This is a very fundamental point with the pathogens how to grow them. Even lab level also, we maintain control all the physical and chemical parameters. When it comes to the open fields, to control the no fungal pathogens without no applying any chemical fungicides, this can increase the pH at the local level and disturb the pathogens spore colonies germination. Dose is clearly written. It is for nursery plants. It is 2 gram per liter water with wetting agent. For standing crop, 3 to 4 grams per liter of water based on the intensity of the disease along with the wetting agent. A minimum spray is recommended 2 to 3 spray. Gap between the spray to spray is 7 to 10 days. Next. Second product is drone, unique fumigant liquid fungicide. So fungicide. So far we know so many fumigant insecticides are there. First time I think we feel that is the first time fumigant fungicide developed in our research product. Mode of action is this is since it releases fumes in the spray solution so that the unfavorable gaseous condition for the pathogens it will disturb their germination. The fumigant vapors, along with the nutrient metallic ions, will rupture the pathogen vegetative cell walls and disturb the further germination, both for fungal and bacterial diseases. Damaged plant cells get repaired and makes the plant healthy by the nutrition in this formulation. Dose it is for all type of crops. Nursery plant is 1 to 1.5 ml per liter of water with wetting agent. Standing crop is 2 to 3 ml per liter of water based on disease intensity with wetting agent. Minimum sprays recommended 2 to 3 sprays. Gap between the spray to spray is 7 to 10 days. This can be mixed with along with any other fungicides if at all they require, and it is compatible with the other fungicides also or insecticides. Next. The last NBF fungicide is a clear. It is a water-soluble liquid formulation with totally ionic balance of micro and secondary nutrient with the base of liquid carbon. Here is the carbon we use to know unfavorable condition for the pathogens where it can be the Brix levels will be increased by adding liquid carbon so that the fungal pathogens automatically will not try to germinate. That is the way it disturbs the local colonies. Mode of action is it increases the non-succulents. It means most of the pathogens we understood that pathogens are very attractive for the leaf softness. When the farmers applied more nitrogen fertilizers, the succulents will be increased. The succulents is the other way. It is bad for for the plant health, and it attracts the pathogens because pathogens are very much favorable to attack the leaves where are the leaf succulents is more. So we understood that to avoid them the attack, we designed the formulation where the rigidness will increase at the cuticle level so that fungal pathogens will feel difficult to penetrate their hyphae into the life cells for the food sac, the cell sap sucking, so that they automatically it will be disturbed for the germination. So succulence of the leaf cuticle layer and triggers the phytoalexins, plant immune bodies, disease resistant bodies. So it triggers the phytoalexins as well as the non-succulents, so that the it is difficult to fungal pathogens or the bacterial pathogens to germinate on the leaf. So dose will be nursery plants to be 2-3 ml per liter of water with wetting agent. Standing crop is 4 to 5 ml per liter of water based on disease intensity with the wetting agent. Maximum spray recommended is 2 to 3 gap between spray to spray is 7 to 10. Here wetting agent is must for the NB fungicides so that the wetting of the both the side of leaf will effectively increase the results. So the control will be very, very easy. Next. Now, NBF advantage of MRL's reduction in crop production. This is the most important in present agriculture to reduce the minimum residual levels of the poisonous chemicals, insecticides, or as fungicides. All the NBF fungicide don't contain any chemical fungicides residuals, and using them, they will not leave any harmful residues in the crop production. So already they have tested in the lab about 271 chemicals of insecticide, fungicides, weedicide, everything, all are found below the detective levels. So since NBF contains activated plant nutrients that will help repair the damaged cells and boost disease resistance, phytoalexins, and enhance the plant health and yields. Third point is harvested crops are safe for human consumption. Straw, thrash is also safe for animal feed. Next. Yeah, why NBF? Low investment. The cost of investment is very low with the NBFs because they are balanced with the nutrition management, very effectively available, the raw material source, low investment and high advantage of disease control and non-residual deposits in the crop production. Tested NBF products with NABL accredited lab for 271 chemicals and proved within BDL below detective levels. 1,000 plus Indian farmers are already benefited by controlling the disease with a very economical way of NBF usage. Continuous product research is going on to improve further better results with the NBF to the farmers. Next. Next. NBF tomato crop project in Benin, West Africa. Around 55 hectares of determinate tomato varieties project successfully doing for the last 3 years under extreme weather conditions of heavy rain and high temperature and heavy disease infestation. For for the year 2023, other crops like green chili, onion, and cucumber also added under this program. 500 hectares are planned to implement NBF farming by 2025 in Indian conditions and offering conditions and all over other area of world globally we are reaching them. Next. Here is the four pillars of our SSCT, sectoral crop technology, R&D focus, the carbon technology, oxygen technology, NBF, nutritionally balanced farming, fungicide and fertilizers, CBT, carbon-based technology for the insecticide, where insects are automatically repelled by the, you, know, carbon technology. Next. FBNBF. This is the family-based nutritionally balanced formulations. Is another segment we are going to focus and research it. The different crops, the family-based. For example, here we have shown that the Gramine family has a two different of crops on the paddy and the sugarcane. Paddy is a grain crop and sugarcane is a juice crop. We entirely makes a different nutrition management practice to get maximum yield. Even though the same family have a different crops, the different formulation is important to know formulate and give the nutrition management. Next. FST, food hating technology to avoid pesticide residues in crop production. This is the again the Vedic concept from the the food hating. All the living being creatures, they have one weakness of that food hating. So we will find out why the insects and the disease causing fungus or bacteria or microbial activities, microbes are coming to the attack and what it requires. And we are studying thoroughly the opposite of that wanting demand of the insects and the fungal pathogen, the exact non the hating material or hating food technique we are using to avoid them, or this permanently they feel that the food is not for them and they will move away from that localized places. This is where the food hating technology we are under focus and is under research, and we want to develop a good products in that one. Next, last is carbon-based technology. The basic question nowadays, it is a clarification toward the mysterious questions. Question is that did pests are getting resistance to the chemical pesticides, or plant leaves are getting the resistant? So here is the breakthrough for us. We have developed certain products of carbon-based technology where leaves are getting resistant for the chemicals, and the insects are to be avoided by the by mixing the carbon technology in the chemicals technicals, so that the damage condition of the hydrocarbons with the no insecticides portion we're avoiding. It is under basic research, and we'll come through very soon with the carbon based technology where the no resistance will not be there for the insects, whereas leaves will accept the carbon along with the insecticide technicals, so that the unavoidable though damage to the plants leaves of the hydrocarbons will be avoided with this carbon based technology. This is again a innovative technology. We are going to develop 3 4 products under this program. Next. Yes, thanks and regards. This is Sri Ram Raju Muddaluru, Dr. Sri Ram Raju Muddaluru.
Thank you, Dr. Raju. It was a very original lecture, original material, new material. To summarize, I would say that the problem of fungus infection is very common, very prevalent throughout the plant kingdom. In all the crops, fruits, vegetables, whatever you want to plant in the field. So the modern technique is that you find an insecticide or a pesticide and you spray on it. And then you find out that it's not enough. After a week, you have to spray again. The other problem is that people don't understand, and they think that putting more nitrogen in the soil will get them better yield. They keep adding more and more nitrogen, and that leads to the plant leaves to become more succulent.
Yes.
And more susceptible to fungus infection. So the summary is that you should use the chemical fertilizers only on prescription, not just competing with each other. Oh, that fellow has so many bags of fertilizer, I'll put some extra. No, that depletes the soil. So the tradition here is that you kill the pesticide, use the pesticide to kill the insects and also the herbicide to kill the abnormal growth in the crop, and that is consumed by the humans or by animals. And this is where a distinction becomes very important, because if you are a non-vegetarian, you are consuming all the residue which the plant has been sprayed with, which the animal consumed, and you are putting it in your body. And that residue of the pesticide and the insecticide does not leave your body for 40 years. And that has been linked to colon cancer, prostate cancer, and kidney cancer. So this is one disadvantage of indiscriminate use of the chemical insecticides and pesticides and the fertilizers. The other disadvantage is that to produce these chemical fertilizers and insecticides and pesticides, you have to use some raw material which produces more global warming. So using a lot of chemicals for fertilizer, pesticide, insecticide, it contributes to the global warming. So it is a good technique which Dr. Raju has been experimenting with. He has a lot of anecdotes of farmers, testimonials from farmers that it made a difference. Now the application has been made at the university in southern part of United States in Arizona, and they will try this to see and compare it with the regular uh, farming which is being done and come up with the conclusion, because Dr. Raju claims that it will not be using that much chemical and it will improve the yield by changing the nutrition, the proper nutrition of the soil. So this is very promising, and we should be looking forward to more information about this. Thank you, Dr. Raju.
Thank you, sir. Thank
We
you.
appreciate your coming to United States
Thank you, sir.
and giving the lectures here at Ohio State University and also other state universities,
Yeah.
and to the general public.
Yeah.
We are grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.